Hi, welcome to Everyday Gluten Free by Karen. It's that time of year for families and apple orchards and hay rides and lots of laughter, and most of all, lots of apples. So today we're going to be making a gluten-free harvest apple bread. Join me as we make this bread together. All right, I'm going to start out with my dry ingredients. I'm going to start with 2 cups of gluten-free white rice flour, 1 cup of gluten-free oats, 1/3 cup of ground flaxseed meal, half a teaspoon salt, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then 1 envelope, which I've measured out equals about 2 teaspoons of unflavored gelatin. I'm going to give that a stir. And we'll set aside the dry ingredients to mix with the wet ingredients in just a moment. We're going to start with 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter. I'm going to start that mixing. It's softened butter, so and to that I'm going to add 1 cup of maple syrup. And I'm going to get that mixed in together. And the butter's still a little chunky, but doesn't matter. And I'm going to add 3 eggs. Get that mixed up. And now I'm going to add my dry ingredients with just a little bit at a time, and I'm going to alternate it between 1 cup of buttermilk. So I'm going to put a little bit, my dry ingredients, start that stirring up. Finish off with my buttermilk. And then I'm going to add about 2 cups of apples. I use 2 large apples. If you have little apples, you could use 3 apples. I'm just going to dump those right in there. And I have 1 cup of nuts. If you are allergic to nuts or don't want to add nuts for whatever reason, you can omit them. Give that a little stir. I'm going to pour my batter into 2 greased pans, and I'm just going to pour part of it in each of them because I'm going to put a topping in the middle and the end. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because it doesn't really matter. The topping recipe, I will leave a link below. I'm not going to go into detail in that. It's the same topping that I use in my oat nut pie, gluten-free oat nut pie recipe. here it is right here. And I'm just going to sprinkle some in between, just over the whole layer. It has oatmeal, nuts, a little bit of sugar, which you can omit, and a little bit of coconut, which you can vary that recipe to your likings. And I'm going to pour the rest of it on. And there's also butter in that topping. Spread evenly, and then I'm going to just finish with the topping. And we're going to bake these in a 350 degree oven for about an hour. At about 45 minutes, I start checking it, and then just keep putting it in 5-minute intervals. Check it with a toothpick and just make sure it's done in the center. We'll pop that in the oven. And when a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean, they are finished. And I let them sit in the pan for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I completely cool them on the rack before I cut into them, if I can help it. If you would like the recipe for my gluten-free Harvest apple bread, or for the nut topping that we put on top of it in the middle, click on the links below, and I will have those links ready for you. Thank you for joining me today.